Okay, what's up, everybody? Today I have Danny Perkinson of Perkinson Properties on. I'm going to bring him on here and do some interviews, but you can see I already have his cool hat, and you guys can ask him for those as well. So, boom. Danny, what's up, man? How are you doing?
What's happening, Cody? How are you, buddy?
Good. Thanks for hopping on.
Thank you, sir. I like that P on your head, dude.
Thank you. I got it from a good friend of mine. Hey,
Yeah.
I just want to talk real quick, introduce Danny, tell you how you relate to me, or more so how I relate to you, because you've been a big influence in my life and my career. So I wanted to bring you on and say thank you for that. But Danny and I met back in 2011 when I started working with the Invitation Homes crew before they were even Invitation Homes. And Danny was the major player, was the major broker for Invitation Homes. And you'll see in the description, I put something that said, Danny last year was the broker for two of the largest single-family homeowners in the world, and that was Invitation Homes, and also was it Starwood Colony,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, ColonyStarwood, which eventually merged or ultimately merged with Invitation Homes. What, 4 years ago? So, yep.
That's incredible. Danny's a national player as well. He did big deals out in Houston while he was in Arizona last year, and that's just the power of technology, real estate, and what he can do with his motor. So me and Danny are working together right now to sell a home in Mesa. It's on the ticker, mesahomeauction.com. In the comments, I'll put that link. Go ahead and click on it. You go see the property. It's Danny's listing. He was able to talk to the seller, explain the best way to sell this type of property. And I think I wanted to highlight that because Danny is his own broker and his own agent, and I'm an agent under EXP. But we're working together in this faculty as I'm the auction coordinator and Danny's the listing agent. So all of the documentation, all the legalities, everything that happens goes through Danny and just a standard AAR form. And I get to help him with the marketing and the funneling of all the buyers. So it works in tandem. Does that make sense?
And dude, that's been a great process, man. It's been awesome. I'm excited that we've been able to test run it. We've talked about it a lot over the years, and yeah, I'm super happy with how this has gone so far. So kudos to how you're working that. So
we're doing it together. I mean, it's incredible, and that's one of the most important things. I mean, so I'm going to let Danny talk for a minute because there's a lot more to just selling homes in Danny's forte. But the reason that I love working with Danny is because of the name and the brand he's made behind himself. Sellers, buyers, everybody knows that you can trust Danny, that he's honest, that he's loyal. And I think that's the most important thing, not in real estate, but in life, is to be able to trust who you're with. So I know him through residential real estate, but he has a huge focus on commercial as well as storage deals. So I just want you to talk a little bit about what's going on in your world.
Cool. Well, thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it. And, I'm happy to know that I've been somewhat of an influence in your life. I know that you and I have been working together on a number of different things over the years. And, as I've gotten to where I'm at today, I've had, many great learning experiences along the way. I like to look at those as all positive, despite the fact that the outcome might not have always been, positive in some people's minds. But you've been a part of that journey with me, and we've grown together, and we've worked through things. And so appreciate you having me here, and allow me to tell a little bit about my story and what we're up to. So as you mentioned, obviously we're collaborating together on this high-end luxury home in Mesa. It's right in our backyard, so to say. The residential real estate world has been a part of my life for my entire business career over the last 12 years. And so, over these last couple of years, I've tried to really figure out a way to streamline those processes and build a team around the residential resale world, because it's, for me in particular, with where I'm at in life. I mean, I've got a wife and 6 kids, ranging from 18 months to 14 years old. And the residential real estate world is, as you know, Cody, very time consuming, a lot of nights and weekends. And so I've been, really focused on building a team around me that can help support and do different things, which will allow me to have more time with my family, more time with my kids, and more time really growing the brokerage. So, the whole idea and concept behind where I'm at today which is now Perk Prop, right? I've took Perkinson Properties, which is kind of a mouthful. Got the icon on your hat, the P logo, and the Perkinson name has been a name that I've been blessed with here in the Valley. It's very well known and respected, not just because of the things that I have done, but really started with my grandfather and then my father. And you hit the nail on the head, Cody. I mean, relationships, how you treat people, that's really what it's all about. And that's how I've grown my business, is 100% on relationships.
100%.
Done very little marketing in my day. It's all been word of mouth and hustling and getting out there and putting myself out there and doing the best job that I can. And so
well, two of the coolest neighborhood parties I've ever been to were at your house, and it's your park by your house that you threw in here.
Dude, bro, that is so funny that you're saying that, because literally I just cleaned out my garage the other day, and I pulled out those huge, massive, heavy
billboard signs
that we use for slip and slides. And every time I pull those out, dude, I think of you, bro.
Oh yeah, you called me at 8 a.m. Hey, will you help me set this up? It won't be too hard. These things were literal billboard signs. Yeah, it was pretty tough.
Dude, I needed a young strapling warrior like yourself, bro.
And you called me. That's weird.
Dude, well, that's what I love about you, Cody. And dude, not to mention the other thing I pulled you right into the middle of was that crazy old lady out in the middle of Florence, that house that we sold for her. That, bless her heart, we did everything possible. We moved her. But those are the types of things that I do in my life, which I apologize that created some stress in your life as well. Like I pull people into that
experience, man.
But it's like it all comes from a place of like, just I want to help people, you know what I mean? And a lot of times that has kind of blown up in my face for me personally on a financial basis. But I've learned, how to draw boundaries, what lines to cross and not to cross, what to agree to and what not to agree to over time as I've gone through those types of experiences in helping people and putting together events and creating an environment where it's not just all about the dollar, right? It's not all about making money. Of course, money is part of it, but it's about creating experiences where people can grow and flourish and connect. And so,
Earl Nightingale says there's a direct correlation between the money in your bank account and the service you provide. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you want less money, just provide less service. If you want more money, just provide better and greater service. And really, they call it the strangest secret, but it's no secret. And he says all you got to do is walk down the street in your neighborhood and knock on doors and ask them, what are you doing right now to increase the cash flow in your life? What are you doing to increase the service in your life? And you'll be amazed that nobody has answers, right? But with that said, no good deed goes unpunished, and we take those on the chin and move forward as long as we're providing service, because service is a direct correlation as to our vitality, our health, and our bankroll. So
yeah, no, for sure. It's interesting you bring that up, because that's really been a large part of what I've been going through in my life over these last couple of years, as I've kind of reset. You had mentioned the whole Houston venture that I did, which you and I collaborated together out there, and you got some ties there thanks to a property that you sold, and that lucky owner got you as a son-in-law, which is classic Cody story, which I love. But after that little that venture, it was a great opportunity to learn a lot of good lessons, and that was really the culminating event of me sitting back and being like, all right, I've tested and tried pretty much everything you could possibly do in the residential and commercial real estate world, from construction development, fix and flip, to traditional resale real estate, to single family residential real estate, as you mentioned, working with Invitation Homes and ColonyStarwood, and then most recently Progress Residential. Learned a lot about how to operate in a way that's efficient and streamlined to be able to create processes that will ultimately make ourselves more efficient. And then in addition to that, about 4 or 5 years ago, back in 2016, worked with another one of my close friends from growing up, Paul Brown, who's also here, or from here, from Mesa, but has gone off and built an amazing self-storage company that's worth a couple $1 billion today, and have been fortunate enough to be involved in his journey as well, watching him do what he's done and learned a ton of things from him. And as I've gone through all of those processes and experienced all of those things, I finally took a step back and I said, okay, what is it that I love to do? What am I passionate about? What do I really want to be involved in? And what do I want to, what type of a brand does Perk Prop, what does it stand for? Right. And, that's where it kind of wrapped it all together about 12 months ago. Me and my, right-hand gal, most amazing lady on the face of this planet, Vanessa Bird.
Love Vanessa.
Oh, she's the best. She's the best. The fact that she stuck with me through all the madness that I put her through says a lot about who she is, right?
Yes.
But anyway, she and I were in her office about 12 months ago saying, all right, I gotta really define who we are and what we're doing, right? And so condensed Perkinson Properties down to Perk Prop, which is, our logo that we have, and underneath that is real, period, simple, period, real estate, period. Those are the three phrases that define me and that define those who I associate with. And, first and foremost, we are real. We want to be treated real. I want to treat people in a real manner. I want them to know exactly who we are, how we operate. And I think there's a lot of people out there that allow their insecurities to kind of get in the way of just shooting it to people straight. And I've fallen into that in the past as well. I'm not perfect, right? But I've learned that, that is my deepest desire in my heart is I just want to be real. I just want to let people really know who I am. And I want to really understand and know who they are, because when you're at that level, then you can understand each other, you can communicate better with each other, and you can ultimately accomplish good things when you.
Truth will set you free, my brother.
Truth will set you free. That's it. It's 100% it. Call a spade a spade. That's one of the things I learned from my buddy Paul, who I was just spending the weekend with last week. Paul Brown, man, that guy is where he is because the moment that something was out of line, dude, he hit it. Call a spade, dude. Quit beating around the bush. Yeah, might be a difficult conversation, but dude, hit it head on, right? And so, I've had a number of examples of people around me that have been that way, and that's how I was raised, right? My dad and my grandpa, good dudes, but no BS, right? Dude, I'm just gonna call you out when you're not, I'm just gonna tell you when you're wrong, right? And that's, for a lot of people, that's hard, right? All of us allow pride to get in the way of really hearing the truth. You know what I mean?
That's
so,
right.
Anyway, so real, that's kind of where that comes from. Simple, dude. Everyone likes simplicity, right? Look at Apple, dude. What did they do? They took this really complex, complicated thing in a computer and all the different technology components. And what do? You have they boil it all down to a very simple
computer
shoot process, right?
Yeah.
And what that does is it allows for efficiencies to be created, right? And then of course, real estate. Well, we do real estate. We do all things real estate, right? I mean, you need to sell a house. Okay, we can help you sell a house. You need to sell a building. Okay, we can help you sell a building. You're looking to invest your money into the commercial real estate world and the residential real estate world. Great, got you covered. Have reps, real reps under each one of those things.
That's right. And if, well, I won't say the name because I don't know if I can, but if you're a large company, you're moving to Arizona, you need a headquarters or a plant. Danny's your guy. Billion-dollar transactions, billion-dollar facilities are being built on properties that Danny is selling, I should say. So
yeah, and again, that although we're a small boutique shop, which is what I want to be. I'm not trying to be a CBRE, a JLL, or any of the big boys out there. Lee and Associates. That's not who I am. That's not my jam. I'm boutique. And what that allows me to do is really get to the bottom of whatever it is that my clients are wanting to do. What is your goal? What's your order, so to say? Give me an order, right? And I'll fill it. Me and my team and the processes and systems that we currently have in place and we're continuing to build out are going to be able to fill that order because that's what we do. We do what we say we're going to do. And we're building something cool right now. We're building something special. We're building something unique. There's a huge opportunity in the commercial real estate world right now on the brokerage front. We've seen the disruption happen. You've been a part of that too. You've seen it when you were with me when our first sit down, when Open Door came to town, dude. I was at the table with those guys. They were trying to figure out what they were having me and my team run, numbers for these guys as they were trying to buy these properties. I saw, Open Door, OfferPad, Zillow Offers. Some of my close buddies are now heading up Zillow Offers. That whole world that has come in and disrupted the residential real estate space. Well, that hasn't happened yet on the commercial side because it's a different network. It's a different process. It's a lot harder to really disrupt, and it's going to change over time. It's not going to look the same as it does on the resi side because there's a lot more complexity to the commercial side. But I see there being a huge opportunity for guys like me, like you, like everybody that's collaborating together with each other to be able to really create processes that will streamline the buying process and the selling process, and do it in a way that actually adds way more value to our clients than anybody else can out there. So, that's what we're doing. That's what we're building. It's fun. I love it. I'm passionate about commercial real estate. I'm passionate about real estate in general. I'm passionate about helping people.
That's what you're passionate about, is helping people.
Sure. That's what it is, dude. And I'm a guy like you that thinks outside the box, right? That's when you come and pitch to me this whole concept of spark offers or whatever. I've got this, listing that is sitting stagnant on the market at 1.9, and you and I are on the same page of really what it needs to sell at. And I get it. I think outside the box of like, hey, let's create a way to actually drive a sense of urgency and do what you do, and that is sell high-end luxury real estate like Barrett Jackson does, right? High-end auctions, right?
Yeah, the question I always ask traditional realtors is why do you list homes the way you do? Why do you use the photos and use the descriptions and the terminology the way you do? Do you have an actual reason, or is it just because everybody else does it that way? Yeah,
and that's one thing, bro. I want to point that out. That is one thing that, as much as you say that I've been a meaningful part in your life, which again, I'm grateful that I have been able to be that for you. Although I feel like there's been moments where I haven't done you as well as I would have liked, given my circumstances that I was in. But I appreciate you always giving me the benefit of the doubt, seeing who I am at my heart, and knowing what my deepest desires are and helping people. But what I've learned from you is that, dude, is that you're intentional. You're very intentional and very thoughtful in the way that you're doing things, right? And my biggest downfall in the years past has been my spinning wheel is just spinning really fast, right?
Yeah,
and my dad will be the first one to tell you that, dude. I've been that way since the moment I was born, right? Like I came out hot, right? I came out just on fire, like let's go, right? I'm not thinking too much about any of the little details. I just know I'm going, right?
That's right.
And that's cool. It creates like a fun experience. My wife and I and my two boys were chilling in the spa last night, and me and Cole Daniel, funny how names work out.
Yes.
And we're sitting there in the spa. We're like, dang, it's freaking hot. Let's go jump in the freezing cold pool. I'm like, heck yeah, dude, game on. And so we go walk or jump over there in the pool, and my wife and Cooper, the more conservative minded, like thoughtful people, are like, dude, these guys are freaking nuts. And what they were talking about in the spa while we were chilling in the freezing cold water was like, well, Cole and Danny, they definitely keep life interesting. Life would be way more boring if, there was just Coopers and Caseys in the world, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
So we play a good part in, keeping things exciting and, having a good time. And, one of the things that, that I stand for and we and our family stand for, at our house is in our piano room, right at the front room, there's, that board that's a common phrase. You've heard it before, but it's, focused and it's centered right on our wall. And that's, we work hard, we play hard, and be nice to people. That's it. You work hard, you play hard, and you be nice to people, you're going to do okay, right? You're going to be all right. And so, that's kind of what we practice. That's what we preach. And, above and beyond that, we're all about finding ways to allow others to experience that same energy, right? The energy we put off is the type of people that are attracted to us, right?
Well,
and
you give what you want to get. You don't get what you give. You get what you want to get.
Yep.
And And that's what you're saying. So
100%. The more you give and put out whatever energy or whatever, you know, you're trying to put out, like naturally you receive that in return. And that's like a law of the universe, I think. I don't know. I'm just dubbing that right now, but
you're not wrong. It's called a natural law, a law of the
go.
universe, a natural law. It's just like gravity, dude. What you drop will not go up. It'll go down. What you give, you will get. If you give a half-ass effort, you're going to get one return. If you give your whole heart and you do what you want to do and you give kindness, you will get it back. And that is a natural law for sure.
100%. Dude, 100%. And the last thing I want to hit on as it relates to some of my most recent experiences that I kind of touched on, one being visiting my buddy Paul Brown. This last weekend, it was a kind of a culminating event of getting me to where I am today. And it's been a journey, and I've had to test and try a number of different things to get this spinning wheel slowed down enough. I still want it going because that's still who I am, but I needed to get it slowed down enough so that I could focus on me, focus on who I am, focus on what direction I'm headed. And, you know, the experience that I had this weekend and the clarity of mind that I had received this weekend was, and I've accomplished this through yoga. It's been a big part of my life, dude.
Mine too. Love it. I didn't know that about you.
Oh, bro, it has been a game changer because it's helped me get my mind slowed down enough to be able to receive the clear instruction that I received this weekend. Wow. And that is 3 phrases as well, 3 words. What defines like who I am, what am I trying to accomplish? First is centered. Yoga helps me be centered, right? It helps me be there's something to when you do yoga, and for those yogis out there, you'll understand and resonate what a chakra is, right? Like when you can align your 7 chakras, which there's something to the number 7, but when you can align those 7 chakras in your body, there's a direct grounding force, and you are centered with the universe, right?
You're right.
And I've experienced that, and I felt that, and it gives you an ability to be like, okay, I see it. I see who I am. I see those things that I need to accomplish. Number 1. Okay. Second thing is focused. Once you know who you are, once you've been grounded, once you've really felt that, you now need to stay focused, which has been one of my biggest challenges in life, is learning how to stay focused. And I would be the first to admit that. Bounce around all over the place. But that's because I wasn't centered. I didn't know who I was, right? I was always like worried about what everyone else was doing and how they were doing it, and how can I, you know, I naturally have that energy that's put off. I'm a giver, I'm a pleaser, right? How can I help you do what you're doing, right? And so I would just bounce around all over the place. Well, cool, that helped a lot of other people in their life, but my wife and my kids and my family have been the ones that have taken the brunt of me continuing to do that everywhere else, right? So focused on, okay, what is it that I'm focused on? What am I doing? And then the last, and I feel like is the most important thing, and it's literally what got me through the last 3 years of my life, which have been the hands down the darkest, hardest, most challenging years of my life. And that's being grateful and having gratitude for everything, right? Looking at life, the good, the bad, the ugly, through the lens of gratitude. Game changer. So
game changer, bro. You're so right about that.
Focused, grateful. And when you're those 3 things, the stars align and good things happen. So,
dude, what a powerful message. I mean, that's a great way to end it. What a powerful message. And I agree. I just finished the book by Norman Vincent Peale called The Power of Positive Thinking. And he says the number 1 key in your prayer and in your thought is thanksgiving. You have to be thankful. So if it was a bad situation or you got dealt a bad hand, at least figure out a thing to be thankful for. So I'm glad you said that, man. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And before we hop off, I have a friend. I've been involved in a really high level mastermind, and you talked about technology and things we can do about it. You're in Mesa, I'm in Scottsdale right now, and we're still having a conversation because of technology.
Yep.
I've been blessed to be able to do that around the country with some high level people. And one of them is out of Denver. His name's Corey Calvin. He's just bought an awesome jet, flew out here and met with me over the weekend, but he's a big player in the commercial space and specifically in the storage space. So I need to link you guys up, and I'm saying it publicly because Corey Calvin and Danny Perkinson need to do some deals together.
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love to meet Corey. And yeah, I mean, I didn't go into detail on everything I've done and all of the different commercial asset classes, but that can be for another time. But yeah, anyone intrigued to know kind of really what we do and how we do it. I mean, I've transacted with all of the major players in that self-storage space. So
check out Danny's website. I just put it right here, perkinson.co, no M at the end, and you'll be able to see, like you said, all the different homes, all the different properties he sold. I can't let him talk about that because I don't have an hour and a half to talk. So I am going to cut this interview off right now. But hey, man, thank you for hopping on. Thank you for talking.
I appreciate you having me on, and I appreciate you and our interaction, our relationship, and I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of what you're doing. I'm proud of who you are as a person and what that the type of individual that you have become, and you always do. You're a good dude, Cody, and I appreciate you being part of my life.
Thank you, brother. Well, come celebrate with me tomorrow. We're going to be doing another taco party at your listing, all right? Tell all your friends. We're catering Boca Tacos from 12 to 2 at our open house tomorrow, okay?
Perfect. Yep, I'll be there.
All right, man. I'll talk to you then.
Okay, buddy. Thanks.
Bye.